Cool. So the first thing I'd always ask everyone is actually, do you think you would benefit from dropping fat mass? And you're going to get obviously a huge spectrum of athletes here, and those who are already really quite athletic. Is there actually any benefit to dropping potentially 1 to 2 kilos of fat mass? For some people, there definitely will be a huge benefit to it. So I think you kind of need to be really, really critical with yourself and where you're at, and the demands of your sport and where you're trying to be, to whether there's an improvement there. But yeah, how you balance that between recovery, performance, fueling is we need to decide when we're going to create that deficit, and we don't just want to blanket it across the week. Really, like I know it's really easy to stick to, and to be fair, for some people it might work. But ultimately, most days look a little bit different for all athletes, and we need to prioritize certain days over others. So there's no point if we're having like a double training day, or we're in the gym in the morning and we've got a long pitch session in the evening. They're not really the days to be cutting 1,000 calories to try and drop that fat mass. What we want to be doing on that day is making sure that we're recovering well from the gym and we're fueling well for that evening session so that you can perform to your best, make the right decisions, push yourself harder, get the adaptations, and then ultimately you become a better athlete from that. The time to obviously make the nutritional changes and to bring down sort of the carbohydrate intake quite a lot. Something we can go into in a minute as well, but particularly bring down that calorie intake are the days where we don't require the energy as much. So we need to be really smart about it. But again, another kind of mistake that I quite often see is that it's those days that people relax around food a lot. They try to enjoy themselves, and it's tough on the balance, because I like athletes to go enjoy themselves and to eat out, be sociable, go see friends and family. They're the days when you don't need a really, really high calorie intake because they're not the days when we need the fuel for performance. So I guess one of the biggest things I always get athletes to do is to look at their week and try and categorize what are their tough days, what were their higher fuel days, and what are their lower, easier days. And then you might have some in the middle as well. So actually looking at a bit of a periodization model across the week. And then you jump into actually, what would that look like from a food point of view?